What's up, guys? So in this video I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the origins, and another origins and some more origins. Basically, here is the other origins. This one I did drill out the hole. I'll go ahead and get to that soon. And we'll be looking at the Storm A, which is pretty much the origins clone. That is the origins clone right there, just saw here. So again, this is like I guess a redesigned clone. Go ahead and drip some juice in it for now, just so that I don't get a dry pull when I do come to vape it. Again, with this origins, all I do is I pop off the drip tip, and I put 5 drops on each side of where the air hole is. There is already some juice in here, so I'll just do 4. Give it a little bit of suck so that the juice does not come out of those holes. Now, the origins perform fantastic. And I have this at 0.8 ohms dual coil. It is set up. It's set up in a way where you can run it as single coil as well with air holes, and I'll go ahead and get to that. And it's just really, the origins is all about flavor. It's all about flavor. I have it at 24 watts, 0.8, roughly 4.4 volts. Producing fantastic flavor, and with this setup, adequate airflow. This is wide open, guys. Wide open airflow. It's perfect for 0.8 ohm at 4.4 volts. Now, there's going to come a time when you want bigger airflow, more airflow, and I totally understand that, right? And that's kind of where the origins lack often is that airflow department here. And that's the reason why, if you have the origins, this is the origins 1-to-1 clone, so it's pretty much the same. I drilled out the air holes, and I'll get into it in a second. So we have the inner coil here, and I have this set up as just regular old horizontal coils. I don't have vertical coils on this thing. What I noticed is that vertical coils do not perform better, in my opinion, especially with these origins. But as soon as I put horizontal coils in there, it just it came to life. Whereas when I put vertical coils in there, I just got like, it just worked well, and then didn't work well, and on and off. And so that's kind of where I'm at. I've built over 50 coils, 30 of them being vertical, 20 of them being horizontal. I just prefer the horizontal. Okay, so get that piece of carrot out of my mouth. Let's take a look at that air control valve here. Now, this is the top cap. In the top cap, if you kind of wiggle, this one is a little bit stiffer because I didn't grind off the inside of it too well. Let me go ahead, and I don't have good grip. Okay, so that pops off, and this exposes your inner air chamber areas. Wipe this clean. Now, this is supposedly the biggest air hole size that it comes with right there. You see that right there? That horrible reflection. That hole right there is the biggest. Airflow comes out. What I did was I ended up drilling it right there. Ended up drilling it right there. So now I just officially made it a 3mm airflow, which is huge. And then I went and drilled out this air control sleeve. When you drill these out, guys, drill it out separately. Take this apart, drill this separately, and then drill this separately. The reason being is that if you drill it together when they're on there, then the metal piece is going to stick in, and you're not going to be able to control this or pop it off. And then after you drill it, you want to kind of grind the inside of that so that you could go ahead and twist it again once it's in there. This kind of solves all your airflow control issues. If you have an origins and you think it does not have enough airflow, go ahead and drill it out. And well, the problem with these 3mm airflow holes now is that it was too big. It was too much airflow, in my opinion. So again, right there is at 3 millimeters. And then what I did was I kind of went off center and closed off half that hole. So half that hole is closed off, and now I've pretty much made an air control valve for that hole, because this thing kind of swirls around. And this is how I've been kind of rocking it, and it's been great, fantastic. Again, if you have the authentic Origens, I don't suggest you drilling it out because it is good at a certain setup. But if you have a clone and the authentic, which is like what I did, and then shit, start drilling out your clone, because this thing performs so fantastic. So that's where I'm at with the Origens. As far as right how it comes, just kind of how it comes stock. It's perfectly fine if you're going to run it at kind of a little bit higher ohm coil. What I noticed is 0.5 ohms on mechanical tends to be good, but then you notice that battery drop off like insanely at 3.6 volts, 3.7 volts. You'll be like, eh. Just wish it was a little bit higher ohm. So that's why I really recommend the Origens on a variable wattage, variable voltage device, something that's stable all throughout the battery life, so you don't have to worry about that battery drop off, especially on the Origens, where the air hole is restricted to the point where you have to have it kind of fine-tuned, and you don't really want that battery curve. With the Storm A, which is the kind of revised Origens clone, I guess you could say, I went along and I drilled out the hole here in the middle, and it's the same with the other side. It has 3 air holes, but for me, apparently it wasn't enough at the time, and I drilled out the center air hole, and it just works fantastic. This is on a homemade mod again, OKRT 10 chip mod at 4.8 volts, and it's just working so great. It's like 40 watts. Lovely. So the Origens, what do I give it at the overall end score? I give it a 1 thumb up, just because the bang for your buck, if you get the clone, it's going to be bang on, right? 1-to-1 phone. If you can't afford the authentic, or if you just don't care for authentics. As far as atomizers go, I really push towards the clone, because really the cost of building an atomizer supposedly is much cheaper. Now, I understand mods that where the price gets pushed up, right? Like even the Atomos, right? The clone versus the authentics. I mean, I understand why the price is up there, right? Because it takes a lot of work to design it, to put a logo on it, to have it exactly where you want it. So I understand a little bit hike in price, but with atomizers, it's just, you know, $120 for an atomizer, that's just too much. It's too much even for an authentic, and that's kind of where I'm at. But I do still buy authentic atomizers, just when the vape lets me. I still could try to, you know, fork out the cash for it. But again, bills to pay, so that's kind of, a lot of times with atomizers I tend to stick with clones, and especially with this clone, I'm not afraid to drill it out. It just performs so well. Kind of getting off topic here. Let's try to keep this under 10 minutes. So that's pretty much all I have for atomizers at the moment for the Origens. 1 thumb up, because the functionality of it, the hole could have been a little bit bigger, and you can still control it with their control sleeve. It could have came that way, but it didn't. Instead, they kind of limited to the 1.8 millimeter, 2 millimeter hole, and that's kind of disappointing. Although if you're the type of vapor that doesn't vape super sub 0.3, 0.2, 0.15. Right? If you don't vape in those ranges, Origens is freaking badass. It's a flavor chaser. Alright, thanks for watching.